you doing? I'm Bryan Torresani. I'm the head baseball coach at Arcadia University, and I'm coming at you today with Figure It Out Baseball. We're going to talk a little bit today about how to use a batting tee more effectively. This is obviously a training tool that's timeless in baseball, used at all levels, all the way up to the big leaguers. So I do think there's some common mistakes that guys make, and there's some ways that we use it to help our guys become better hitters. Our main goal when it comes to hitting is to hit the ball hard consistently, and so that starts in our daily drills that we do off the tee. One thing that we talk about a lot when we use the tee starts with the baseball and the way that we place the baseball on the tee every time that we go to do a drill. I'm holding it this way on purpose to show you that we're going to place the baseball on the tee with the two seams facing behind the hitter. What that's going to do is provide a visual for our hitters on what part of the baseball to attack. We actually number the baseball, and we have a way to communicate with our guys using the numbers on the baseball as well as a plus-minus system, which I'm going to explain to you right now. The way that we use numbers on the baseball is very simply is we number the baseball from closest to the hitter to furthest away, and we use the numbers 1, 2, and 3. So 1 is closest to the baseball, 2 is in the center, and 3 is on the outside. We call the top of the baseball the plus part, that's plus, and the bottom of the baseball we call minus. So every time that we put the baseball on the tee, we put it with two seams, and a lot of what we do is focused on hitting the number 1 part of the baseball. What that does is I attack the baseball at the number 1 part, is it keeps my barrel in the zone longer, it helps me stay inside the baseball, and hopefully be able to drive the ball through the middle of the field, which is what every good hitter tries to do. The reason that we train a lot at hitting that number 1 part of the baseball is because if we miss a little bit towards the center, we're hitting the number 2, which is in the middle. All right, and that's a good thing. That's going to still generate balls up the middle and hard hit balls. What we try to avoid as much as we can is hitting that number 3 part of the baseball. All right, that's what causes those weak rollovers. That's what causes pop-ups and flyouts. All right, especially if we're hitting the bottom of the ball. Like I said to you earlier, we also use a plus and minus system on the baseball as well. So we kind of categorize our hitters. We have some speed guys, we have power guys, and we have some guys that are kind of in the middle. Our speed guys are guys that obviously fast, they don't have a lot of power, and we ask them when they're going through their tee drills to try to err more on the side of hitting the plus side of the ball than the minus, all right? And the reason for that is, again, if they hit a ground ball with having speed, they may be able to beat it out, all right? But if they're getting underneath the ball and hitting pop-ups and fly balls, they don't quite have the power to get the ball to the fence or in the gaps or over the fence for home runs. So those are sometimes our littler guys, our guys that are a little more fast. We want them to hit more on the plus side of the ball. Our bigger guys, our middle of the order hitters, our power hitters, we ask them to focus a little bit more on the minus side of the ball, okay? And what that's going to do is allow them to get the ball elevated, all right? These are our higher exit velocity guys, our guys that have proven to us that they can hit the ball into the gaps, to the fence, over the fence. We want those guys to hit the ball in the air so that when they're working off the tee, we're asking them to attack the number 1 on the minus side, all right? And they're in here, and they're trying to work underneath the ball, all right, and get that ball elevated into the gaps and hopefully over outfielders' heads. The second thing that we talk about with hitting off the tee is the type of intent that we want to use. Once our guys are loose, once they're warmed up and ready to go for our hitting segments of practice, we want them swinging with max intent. As I said at the beginning of the video, our main goal in hitting is to hit the ball hard as consistently as possible and as hard as we can. In order to do that, we have to train to hit the ball as hard as we can. So we want our guys swinging the bat in a controlled, violent manner to try to hit the ball as hard as they possibly can every time off the tee. So our rounds might be short. We might only go 3 to 5 swings at a time, okay? But if you swing the bat 3 to 5 swings at a time as hard as you can, you're gonna be tired, you're gonna need a little bit of a breather, all right? Hopefully they have a partner, that person can go 3 or 5, and then the other guy can come on and do the drill, all right? The third thing that I think makes a difference for us is unfortunately our pitchers can't throw to us live every single day, which is the best way to get better as a hitter. But if we can replicate that as much as we can, even off a tee, even though the ball's not moving, we're going to become better hitters on game day, which is the ultimate goal. So I flipped the ball around here. All right, I'm now a right-handed hitter, okay, and you're looking at me from the pitcher's view. What we train our guys to do is go through their pre-pitch routine, all right, before they step in to do the drill. And before each swing, they're going to look out towards the pitcher's mound, all right, and visualize a guy on the mound, either in the windup or in the stretch, delivering a pitch to home plate. What that's going to do is allow the hitter to visualize when they should start their timing. Their eyes aren't locked in on the baseball because that's unrealistic, all right? And as they visualize the pitcher coming to the plate, they'll start their timing and they'll execute whatever drill that we're doing that day in practice or in that segment of practice. So those are 3 sort of quick tips to help you use the tee more effectively. Again, number 1, setting up the baseball the same way every time, using that 1-2-3 system, using that plus-minus system. Number 2, once you're warmed up, swinging with max intent. And then number 3, starting with your eyes out at the pitcher so that you can make it more game-like. I hope you enjoyed my video here. Hopefully, if you did, you'll watch our next video, which is going to be on measuring static exit velocity, how to use it, and what it means. Again, I'm Bryan Torresani. I'm the head baseball coach at Arcadia University, and I'm here with Figure It Out Baseball.